There were ponds the color of steeped tea, and the trees' roots were exposed upon the forest floor like veins on the feet of a storybook giant. And that's from Wayne Curtis from Of Earthly and River Things at the French Fort Cove. I can hear the stream behind me flowing, very peaceful. There's me younger sis. She could smoke me on any athletic endeavor. Look how beautiful this is, and I'm not talking about my little sister. Yes, I am. I'm talking about my little sister. Look how beautiful she is. Crows, no. Looks like there's some gosling protection happening here, or some eggs, but I do see some down. So I'm guessing there's a crow hanging around looking for a free meal here.
It sank up here, you mean?
Yeah, they're supposed to be down. I don't know how deep it is there, but it just sunk right here on site.
Oh, yeah.
I never heard any more.
How long ago was that?
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing
Well,
it.
that mess right there.
We used to bring salt bulk here and then put them on.
Yeah.
So the units got killed here that time. Who? The units from down very low.
You can see the bridge popping out just above Middle Island there. What a beautiful morning.
Yeah, remember that time?
Now you're doing a YouTube show. There it is, folks, a striped bass fresh out of the Miramichi River. And look at that beautiful scene that we have today. I see St. Michael's popping up. I see the Centennial Bridge over Middle Island. The bass fishermen are dotting the river these days, and it's a beautiful tasting fish. Yeah.
There's some pretty good looking shackles on top of it there. You see that corner over there with the rocks on it?
I have that Melanie, what's it called? I'm sorry. Melanie Ross and Friends from our river, and I'll play number 7, Banks of Miramichi, Melanie Ross, traditional. And I have a really cool little slow drive to take here.
It's now I will take up my pen, these verses for to write. Concerning of this river I mean for to recite. In all of nature's splendor, there's none that I can see like the rolling tide that flows alongside the banks of the Miramichi. Its little trout and salmon are playing night and day. The feathered throng assemble their beauty to display, and the sportsmen there do gather in all delight to see the rolling tide that flows alongside the banks of the Miramichi. Now if I had gold and silver brought from some foreign place, and royal robes put on me, and a crown set on my face, I would yield it all with pleasure, but sooner would I be where the rolling tide it flows alongside the banks of the Miramichi.
What an absolutely spectacular setting. Can't step any further back. W.H. Folliner, R.D., 1884. Wow. I never much thought about it until now, you know, like, you know, I'm not necessarily going to graveyards as a habit, but I just pulled into this one, and it's just moving me. It's kind of beautiful. It's not kind of beautiful, it is beautiful. Be hard to have a it would be hard to have a graveyard in our culture that trumps this one. This is a gorgeous setting. I'd say about 20 feet down. Imagine being able to live there and look at this day after day. Even if it's cold and frozen, it's still beautiful. It is still pure nature. Me back home to the, oh my goodness, it's Monday, May the 6th, 2024. Roger Como, just how does this man pack in all of the things that he has to do in one day? You need an 8-day, he needs an 8-day week. You know what, I once had a friend, Raj, that had to get all this stuff done, and I'm not even making this up. He broke down his week into 8 days. So instead of a 24-hour day, he broke them down to 20-hour days. 8 20-hour days. So he's getting up at weird times. He just did it for like a couple of weeks because he had a whole extra day to do stuff. And I'm not even joking. Daniel Wilson, born and raised in Pictou County, Nova Scotia. He's a good friend of mine. He is actually related. He's the first cousin to Owen and Luke Wilson. the movie actors, which, you know, I was lucky enough to do some projects with Daniel, and I went to meet Daniel down in LA, and we got to shoot some video and do some shooting scenes at Owen Wilson's house in Malibu. That is not a lie. Welcome to episode numero 44, 44, Mirami-histor-chi. Why are we even calling this Mirami-histor-chi? We are going back into the newspapers, but it's kind of evolving into a whole different thing. We're doing lots of things, Raj. I'm getting lots of compliments. I'm hearing some criticisms too. That's okay. Anybody out there that wants to criticize us, Raj, they have the right to do that. But I would just challenge anybody that's really rolling their eyes to go look at themselves in the mirror and then just think to yourself, are there better things in this world to roll your eyes to? Well, I would argue, yes, there is. Okay, so the local historian, Roger Como, he was busy on the weekend. We don't do weekend shifts here at the old Roger Como homestead. We're on episode 44. We're still in the year 2001. This is part 5, I do believe. Our project here has been excellent, Raj. Roger's collected decades and decades and decades and decades and decades. Is that 6 or 5? Because if it's 5, I'm going to add one more. And decades. We're adding 6 now. I just thought about that. Into the local... into our local history via the Miramichi Leader. Now, if you want to be a local historian... It's difficult because it takes consistency. You got to be consistent, but all you have to do is have a certain collection that just tells a story. And Roger's collection is his personal interests over mostly the Miramichi Leader, the Miramichi Press, I think it was called. And then there's like Times transcripts, there's brochures, pamphlets, and stuff like that. We're just having fun. I'm Jamie, home from Vancouver. I'm from the Miramichi. My father had passed away in February, Roger's brother, and we're doing a creative project together. So we're doing a community building creative project. It's been really good for me. First of all, I get to hang out with my Uncle Raj, and secondly, I've been digging into my hometown of Miramichi, New Brunswick, way deeper than I ever have before. I'm coming across incredible people that I really didn't know, you know, really existed. I'm seeing their work. I'm seeing the capabilities of Miramichiers, and I'm being humbled. And the people on this river have a soul and have been accomplishing and doing many things since this place has existed. Roger is one of those people. So, Raj, how are you today?
Well, my jaw is just thawing out.
So Raj was in a scrap over the weekend. Somebody TKO'd him. He had to go get a little... No, he was just at the dentist, and Roger just said the freezing is coming down. So we're going to try to get through our 2005 here. I was just up hanging out with some people. Roger and I got a video shoot tonight. We'll keep that to ourselves. And, oh, look at this, Raj. Oh, this is just a folder. Oh, I do see a red fox, though. I've been seeing lots of foxes this year. It's gorgeous. They're so pretty. Okay, so Raj, I've been reading poems from a grade 6 class from Dr. Loge. We've read one from Emma Sweezy, great poem. We've read one from Bianca Engelmeyer, great poem. These are deep. And Katie McLean. And yeah, and Katie, one of the things I noticed when I was watching back is you wrote, all the things we were told, are they eventually going to unfold? And then I made a mistake by saying yes. I meant to say, no way. People are saying things all the time that don't come true. Things that we believe that are true right now will completely be proven to be false. So just, you got to take it. You always got to be thinking critically. That was a deep poem. My friend from Vancouver texted me, Raj, and she said, I am loving the poetry. These kids are writing deep things, even if they're not realizing that they are. Oh. So I agree. So are we ready for poem number 4?
Right on.
Okay, so poem number 4 from Tessa McDonald, grade 6 student, Dr. Loge Middle School, Chatham, New Brunswick, Miramichi. Here it is. It's called Being Scared for Middle School by Tessa McDonald. And here she is. Thoughts go through my head every night in bed. Thinking hoping, and wishing all night long that all these thoughts might be wrong, thinking what it would look like, and when it will happen, I might explode with all this tension. What if? What's that? When and where? I might not find my class next year. I love that where year rhyme. And when I thought that was it, I heard the teachers are really strict. Letters in math? Chemistry too. I hope it doesn't smell like a zoo. Period 1, 2, 3, and 4, I might not go anymore. Well, here I am outside a store about to spend $1,000 worth of I don't even know anymore. Middle school is now near. It isn't crystal clear, but I think I can survive here. Well, I'll tell you what, Tessa McDonald, if you wrote that poem, I guarantee you can survive there. That is really excellent. I love your rhyming scheme. She rhymed strict with it, kind of like the same sound, and I'm a big Bob Dylan fan, who is one of the great songwriters of all time. He does that all the time too, like words that don't necessarily rhyme but kind of sound the same. So, Raj, what do you think of that one?
Well, they're working on their poems, eh?
Yes, yeah. It's really great.
Yeah.
It's really, really great. And Roger always loves reading the poetry, as do I. So thank you, Tessa McDonald. We give that 2 thumbs up. And there's lots of deep thinking. But yeah, nervous going into school. Of course, we all were, right?
Yeah.
Roger was nervous going into school. My grandmother told me the story that he was hiding under the bed before his first day of middle school, and they had to yank him out. He tied himself to the bedposts and everything, but they got him there. And look at how he made out. He became a local historian. So Tessa, thanks again, and we got number 2 from Tessa McDonald coming tomorrow. So so Tessa, you're doing some good writing. I really like that. Oh. And so did you, Katie, and Bianca, and Emma. My friends have been telling me in Vancouver that they enjoyed the poems.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. So your jaw. We're getting ready for a video shoot tonight. Roger Cummel will be involved, and we're going to leave it at that. Now, the video of tonight's shoot will not be uploaded today, Monday, but Tuesday, to begin Tuesday's show. So, Raj, here we are, 2001, Part 5, and I'm all riled up here.
Okay.
I'm having a nice cup of tea.
We're going to start off by recognizing our newspaper.
Okay. Recognizing our newspaper, Miramichi leader among the region's top scoring community newspapers. This is the article right here. There's no, and it just says, the Miramichi leader took 2nd place in general excellence for its circulation category at the Atlantic Community Newspaper Association Annual Awards handed out in Newfoundland over the weekend. The paper placed first in judges' scoring for front page, advertising content, local features, and production quality. And I'll tell you what, that's an honor, and the people that work for the Miramichi Leader deserved a lot of credit. And I tell you what, we're recognizing it for the past 2 months, Raj, by going through these past papers. What an excellent job that our community paper has done.
Okay, Jared Bosma. Article out on honoring the drama kids.
Okay. Miramichi Drama Clubs rack up awards at festival. This is from May 15th, 2001. And here's some photos. We had James M. Hill involved, MVHS, North and South Esk, Dr. Loge, and Harkins Middle School. And there are 2 photos right here in this article. Where do these students come from? Some of the cast of The Devil and Daniel Webster, Matthew Mott, Kira Williston, Jeremy Reagan, Amanda Gillis, Amy Doucette, Michael Brennan, Graham Squires, Tanya Savoy, Aaron Buckley, Katie McDonald, and Judy McCormick. That's from James M. Hill. 2001. And this one, the cast and director of Know Why. Nina Squires, Jeremy Reagan, Brandy Mills, she was the director, Ryan Flynn, Matthew Mott, Shane Gorman, Diana McCullum, and Amy Barrio, and I think that's also James M. Hill. So, right on, and it was Mr. Cameron, Lloyd Cameron, in charge of those productions. He has been so good. It says the NBTA Provincial Drama Festival was held last week in Fredericton. The event is the largest provincial drama festival in Canada. Clubs from Miramichi area schools earned awards and standing ovations at the festival. And so right on, okay, so Roger is pointing at MVHS because we're not covering as much MVHS, unfortunately, and it's no reason other than we're on the Chatham side. So Miramichi Valley High School performed 2 plays, Sound of Two Guys Talking, and the effects of a gamma rays on Man in the Moon marigolds. Wow. The school won a special adjudicator's honor for originality, Sound of Two Guys Talking, and outstanding production for the effects of gamma rays on Man in the Moon marigolds. Both MVHS plays were student-directed. So congratulations, just more Miramichi capabilities being showcased. That case, drama.
So we're going to continue honoring.
Okay. We're going to continue honoring a Logieville gem. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a play on words there. A Logieville gem, the old softball team. The ladies in Logieville were called the Gems. This woman right here was a international world-class level softball pitcher out of Logieville. Her name was Wendy Daly. And okay, so it says, when Logieville's Wendy Daly first picked up a ball and glove at the impressionable age of 14. Wow, she was a late bloomer. She simply fell in love with softball. Now, years later, Daly became the first woman from Miramichi to be inducted into the New Brunswick Sports Hall of Fame at a special ceremony in Fredericton on Saturday. That is really, what an honor. Here's a photo of her. That's a photo of her. Look how wonderful she looks in 2001. And there's a team photo from her Logieville playing days right there. Actually, that was a pickup. She was with the Moncton Rebels right there. It was not a Logieville team. And it just says she played in 14 nationals, and she was quite excellent, let me tell you. Like I said, my father used to get her to come in and pitch to us kids, like for a little bit of, to give, you know, and she used to just mow us down. So right on. Yeah. And she has a showcase in the New Brunswick Sports Hall of Fame. I've never been in the New Brunswick Sports Hall of Fame, Raj. Yeah. Wendy Daly, good for you. Where is Wendy? Like, what's Wendy's story right now? Do you ever see of her or?
Oh. Wendy passed away.
Oh, she passed away. Well, my apologies. I did not know that. I've been away for so long.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad to hear.
That's sad to hear. A tourism note there.
Tourism video captures the essence of Miramichi. Here's Peter Murphy holding a Miramichi tourism video. There's Peter Murphy holding a tourism video, and what does it say? It says, to date, anyone who's seen it is really impressed with it, said Peter Murphy, Director of Community Development and Tourism for Miramichi. Now remember, this is 2001. Video was not as big a thing as it is now. Miramichi City Tourism is unveiling a new video entitled Welcome to Miramichi to encourage tourism. So right on.
Well, we're going to be connecting with this guy tonight, so we'll show him again.
Oh, right on. Cutting for a Cure. Norman Young is seen cutting Phil Cahn's hair during Cops for Cancer, which raised $2,900 from the Atlantic Institute. So there he is, folks, the fiddling barber Norm Young. He is in the New Brunswick Country Music Hall of Fame, Miramichi, the lead fiddler of the Miramichi Fiddlers since 1995. And Roger and I will be lucky enough to be in his company this evening.
So now we're gonna honor a local here of the 4-H club.
Okay. The 4-H Club. Roger Como loves his covered bridges, his tall ships, softball. He's shown a lot of fires, and he loves his agriculture, let me tell you. Horses and 4-H Club. So look at this great photo right here. Now, I think this is important stuff. Look at those beautiful little pups right there. My God, Roger, I haven't seen my dog in about 5 months. I miss her so much.
Yeah.
Nikki Bordage, Janice Innes, and Aaron Watling have their dogs judged at 4-H. Well, there's Aaron right there. And Aaron was a neighbor of Roger and I's. Well, actually, she's a couple of drivers and a 7 iron away. Her mother Donna's still living over there. Aaron's a teacher, I think, in the Fredericton area. And look at her cute little puppy right there. And her mother Donna has a new little doggy too that she calls Obi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a good note here.
Yep.
You gotta go read that.
Okay. Rotary donates 15 grand for seniors' new bus. Look at this. The seniors are getting a new bus.
2001.
2001. And I can tell who that big, tall, handsome gent is in the middle. It's none other than Jimmy Malone of the Chatham Rotary Club is shown presenting a check for $15,000 to Judy Morrison, one of my friend's mamas. She was the board chairperson of the Miramichi Senior Citizens Home. And we also, in that photo, Miller Essen, Fred Logie, Grace Dickinson, and the board of directors, Jim Malone. Yeah, right on. Okay, Margaret Manderson and Wilson Weldon were also on the board of directors. Great photograph for a great cause, 2001, and we get the seniors get a bus.
I think we should make note of this guy here.
Okay.
Read that there.
Okay. So remember, this is from 2001. He surfs the net and gets a job. It says, okay, what's going on here? I remember Darcy Lynch from up in Nelson. I used to play some ball up there. There's a good looking photo of Darcy. I think his brother was Chad, if I'm not mistaken. Darcy Lynch proves that surfing the web pays off. This Miramichi native navigated the net and landed a summer job in Finland. Oh, wow. The third-year UNB student was checking out our company's website when he stumbled across an online application. I decided to fill it out just for fun, Darcy stated in an email to the Miramichi Griffin. Darcy has a personal interest in UPM Kymene. His father, Daryl, is a machinist at the Miramichi operation, where Darcy worked as a summer student. So right on, Darcy, good for you. And like I say, that's a 2001 story about surfing the net. Now, it would not be news. That's how we do everything. Oh,
Yeah,
there's a nice
young girl there that got a lot of recognition.
I went to the Miramichi Hurricanes basketball game, their first home game.
Yeah,
They got a little semi-professional league. I don't know if it's Atlantic provinces or not. It was really all of the volunteers up there, Raj, a lot of the teachers and stuff like that from the district were videoing and doing a lot of work up there. Everybody did a great job, and the place was packed, and it was an exciting game. The game was exciting.
Yeah.
Donovan named piano and voice star at Music Festival. They're Miramichi. Look at how pretty her smile is right there and how proud she is. Her name is Sadie Donovan with one of her many festival certificates. She was the undisputed star of Miramichi Music Festival 2001. 17-year-old daughter of Brad and Hazel Donovan of Renews, was named both piano and voice star of Festival 2001 an incredible accomplishment. Her music teacher was Catherine Frenette. So congratulations to Sadie Donovan. I hope music is still a massive part of your life as we speak right now. Well, look at this. How could we pass up a tall ship and rock? This is on the back side. That's in the Miramichi. Look at that beautiful piece. Look at the coloring on that. The red tints with that blue sky back there. That was called the Picton Castle, and it was anchored in Miramichi. Right on. And that's the first time that a tall ship has ever slipped Roger Cummo's attention right there.
There's a couple of guys that are going to come.
Okay, we already spoke about these two dudes. Jerry Cheevers and Eddie Shack are going to be speakers at the May 19th Riverman auction. And this is from 2001. Jerry Cheevers, Eddie Shack, speakers at the auction. Right on.
Okay, we're going to do this one right here. Benefit there.
Okay. So this is from the guide. Now, for all of you TikTokers out there that don't remember what it was like to have a big box TV where there was no Netflix and all that stuff, we used to, in our local newspapers, get a little booklet with all of the TV listings for the week in it. You'd have to go through, see what was on. And this is on the cover, and this is from June 2nd, 2001, and it says local artists perform at CNIB benefit. And there is that. What is going on in this picture, Raj? The Sons of the River. Miramichi. Oh my God, I can't pronounce that. Kaylee. Yeah. Miramichi Kaylee, Kevin Driscoll, Matilda Murdoch, Logieville's greatest artists, Jimmy Lawler, and Donna McLean, and the Music Five are the feature performers at a musical benefit in support of the Canadian National Institute for the Blind, planned Friday, June 1st at the Newcastle Lions Club starting at 8 p.m. It's a non-profit organization that provides rehabilitation service for people who are blind or visually impaired. There will be a penny auction held in conjunction with the concert. Now that photo right there, it's blurry and all that, but you have, with the accordion, we'll start with the accordion, that's Mr. Wally Jimmo, that's Johnny Cummo, Charlie Stymus, and none other than Clarence Cummo, multi-talented musicians, and they were called Sons of the River. We played 2 songs of theirs on this so far. Clarence is a 8-iron. Clarence's living room is an 8-iron from this basement right here. And I tell you what, Clarence has a good, he can cook, he can play music, he can load up his bucket with the tractor and do some things in the backyard. He is multi-talented, and the music was always a part of his life.
And he's my uncle, and we graduated together.
He's Roger's uncle. They graduated together, so that you guys just, if you're a young TikToker out there, just stop for a second and try to figure that out. So Roger's mother's parents were still having children when Roger's mother, who is their daughter, was out having her own children. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 40s and 50s and 30s. Okay, the coin, Miramichi leader, May 8th, 2001. This coin commemorates tall ship. We're back at the tall ships. Marco Polo. Okay, this is, yeah, Miramichi liver. So there it is. That's a commemoration of the tall ship, the Marco Polo. And the Royal Canadian Mint, 2001, $20 silver, or sterling silver and hologram series, land, sea, and rail series celebrates the Marco Polo. It was built in 1851. It was the first ship to circumnavigate the globe in less than 6 months. Wow.
Okay, we got 2 falls to show. I don't know where that one is at.
Okay, it's called Fallbrook Falls. Is a popular spot among area outdoorsmen. I know there's a person that sits at Creative Grounds, and when I get there tomorrow, she's gonna tell me exactly where Fallbrook Falls is. So look at that beautiful shot, New Brunswick Falls. I wanna know where Fallbrook Falls is. If I forget to research it tonight, I'll walk into Creative Grounds and
maybe you can bring that and show it to us.
the answer will be there, trust me.
We know that one.
And then Sheep House Falls, trail protected site. So there's the Sheep House Falls. It is the management says to maintain healthy, vigorous forests. So Sheep House Falls is between here and Bathurst, kind of thing, ish.
Yeah, it's up that way.
It's up that way. I don't. You know what, Raj? You know what we should do is take a drive and go look at it.
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah, I haven't. But even if you've been there, there's nothing wrong with seeing her again. So Sheep House Falls, it's north of here. I don't know the area, but I know it's like towards Bathurst.
All the gun lovers will like this here.
Mm-hmm.
Full page.
Right on. At the old gun show, and I was gonna get Roger to do this and just make that old gun show joke, like, did you get your tickets yet? And then, you know, that's what, you know, these young guys that are out lifting weights, like, we all did it in our 18, 19, 20, and then the big joke is, hey, did you get your tickets yet? And then the person says, no, for what? And they're like, the gun show. And then they flex, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so at the gun show, Lowell Gallant looks at the many different guns. Mike Bickerton with early barrel shotgun and single shot rifle. Colin Lynch, Don Alexander, Roger Olney, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, at the 20th Volunteer Infantry Civil War reenactors. And then this kid is Ryan Donovan looking at the guns. So gun buying picks up as rules better understood. And ladies and gentlemen, we come from a rich tradition of outdoor living here on the Miramichi. Nature surrounds us everywhere. And the people that are getting outdoors, hunting, doing it for the right reasons, of course, are actually experiencing a very, very rich, you know, way of living, and it's really a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Well, this spring there was a big surprise of how early the ice went out.
Yeah.
And these are the history of it there.
Okay.
And Frankie McFarland and Marlene Newton took some spring photos here.
Okay.
So we can show that now, even though it's the end of April.
Yeah, well, this is April 27th, 2001, and as Roger was just saying, this spring, now I haven't been on the Miramichi for, 20-something years, but this has been one of the earliest of all time. So what do we got? Spring appears to have finally arrived on the Miramichi, and Marlene Newton and Frankie McFarland captured these photos at winter's icy fingers receded. So there's some photos of the springtime hitting the Miramichi in the year 2001. What were y'all doing in April 2001? I know I was in South Korea pretending I was teaching English. And there's some shots of the water going out near the bridge and some waterfowl getting ready to feed on some nice... Okay. Burchill writes Sawmill History, only 50 copies. One is at the library. John Burchill's book capturing the history of Burchill Sawmill is finished after 12 years in the making. So another local historian doing some things. It takes all kinds. We must maintain our history. We must teach our young people about our culture, about the, we lose our culture, we lose our value system at our own peril, so it's important to keep traditions alive, and it takes all kinds.
Okay. She's coming from the Miramichi.
Okay, in 2001, none other than the great Rita McNeil and Men of Deeps will be here on the Miramichi on May 25th, a day after Bob Dylan's birthday. There's Rita right there out of, I think, Cape Breton, isn't she? Rita McNeil will perform in concert with the Men of the Deeps touring across Canada together for the first time. She's at the Miramichi Civic Center on May 25th, and it is sponsored by the 44th Miramichi Folk Song Festival. Tickets available at Gallivan's Bookstore, Centennial Foods, which is in Chatham, just when you're coming on, just before you go on to the bridge to get over to Douglastown, and Saltwater Sounds, which is still happening. And Raj, me and me nephew Lucky went into Saltwater Sounds again down on Front Street, and I bought another album. I bought an Ian Craig album.
Good job.
I was listening to that today. We're gonna pass on that one, just because I don't think it's. I don't think it's still a happening. So I'll leave you guys with that. And there's no questions on that. Do not ask me what we passed on. You will not get the answer. I guarantee you. Okay, so Michael Dunnett enters Rhode Island Hall of Fame. This is April 12th, 2001. That is arguably one of the greatest shortstops to ever come out of our area, Miramichi, if not the greatest. I'm sure there's a few other people out there that have something to say about that. But congratulations to Michael Dunnett for entering the Rhode Island Hall of Fame. Another Miramichier will have a little more shine to him come May 10th this year. Michael Dunnett will be inducted into the Rhode Island Junior College Hall of Fame in Rhode Island, United States. Dunnett attended Rhode Island Junior College in 91-92 on a baseball scholarship. He follows in the steps of Major League pitcher and fellow New Brunswicker Riel Cormier, who pitched for Rhode Island and was also inducted into their Hall of Fame. So right on, congratulations to Mike Dunnett, a great ball player. I've seen him play many games over the years, and he was really, really excellent player.
Oh, got a story from Tavis and Tack.
Oh, Tavis and Tack. Broken-winged bald eagle falls prey to kind snowmobilers. And that was written by Gail Savoy, April 6, 2001. Look at that. Look at that beautiful animal right there. I've been seeing lots of bald eagles since I've been home. Jody Murray holds an injured bald eagle in Tavis and Tack and is hopefully on the flight to recovery thanks to the efforts of some human friends. The endangered bird was found on April 2nd by two snowmobilers out enjoying the last few days of good sledding, but the good ride turned into a rescue mission. It was Peter McEachran and Danny Harding. They were snowmobiling along the bank of the Tavis and Tack River when, much to their surprise, the majestic bird came flapping out of the woods towards them. As soon as we saw it, we knew it was a bald eagle, and it had a broken wing, McEachran said. So they helped that bird out, and it also said it's an endangered bird. And guess what? That's no longer the case, because I just challenge you to come right out to Vancouver, where I've been living, and if you think bald eagles are endangered, then you haven't opened your eyes. They're everywhere. The Rivermen hosting Air Canada Cup Atlantics in 2001. Wow. Here are the Miramichi Town Ford Rivermen of the year 2001. Raj, who's on that roster? Well, we have Clary Hale, Justin Driscoll, Danny Rashore, John Hawkes, Jeff Wilson, Darren Hardy, Brad Hamilton, Lucas Savoy, Mark Manuel, Isaac Lapointe, Brad McKay, Greg Scott, Peter Seymour, Luke Doucette, Sam Poirier, Sean Doucette, Greg Karasak, Bernie Keating, and I'm not differentiating between players and coaches and managers and stuff. Lance Parker, Zach Dalton, Richard Gionnet, Nick Daigle, Sean Wood, Bobby Patterson, David Hale, Chris Supak, Gary Ryder, and Nick Hardy. Goaltender Nick Hardy was a big part of their success. Congratulations, folks, for hosting that. I wonder how they made out.
I think the first two paragraphs will explain that stamp.
Okay. April 3rd, 2007, a beaver stamp makes a grand comeback. 150 years later. What is this story about? There's a stamp. It says 1851 to 2001. I saw many beaver dams and lodges today on my driving. April 6, 1851, 150 years ago, the government of the province of Canada, it was a province at the time, took over responsibility for the post office, which previously had been administered by the British Post Office. The first Canadian stamp, the 3-pence beaver, marked the beginning of Canadian postage stamps when it was issued on April 23rd, 1851. Right on. Everybody knows the importance of beavers in this part of the world.
We got a triple overtime story.
A triple overtime win. Northern Conference High School Hockey. What's going to be the first game to go to triple overtime in this year's Stanley Cup Finals? I don't think there's been one yet. Okay, Tommy's grab lead with triple overtime win, March 3rd, 2001. Joey Traer scored at 8:49 of the third overtime period to lift the James M. Hill Tommies 4-3 victory over Bathurst High in their Northern Conference Playoff Hockey Series Thursday. The victory earned James M. Hill a 2-1 lead in the best-of-7 semifinal series. Game 4 is played Thursday night in Bathurst. Sean McDonald, Kevin Bowes, and Michael Gibbs scored for the Tommies in regulation time. And we're not even going to say who scored for Bathurst because we are homers here, folks. So right on, guys.
Well, here's what's going on out in Edmonton in March.
Out in Edmonton in March, folks, we have Jackie Young. She was 20 years old. She took advantage of warm weather to indulge in her favorite activity Saturday around Edmonton's City Hall grounds. And this was from 2001. This is out of the Times transcript, so it must have had some warm weather in Edmonton. She's out doing some rollerblading. Right on. And if you look closely, both of the guys that are standing there behind, they are taking a look, I must say. I checked it out, and it is a true story.
These are Rivermen players.
Okay, so from that 2001 Rivermen team that we just mentioned, here are 4 of those guys. Book of Champs, it says. Provincial champion. AAA Town Ford Rivermen held their banquet Saturday night. This year, every member received fleece jackets and a book of newspaper clippings from the season. Roger Cummel provided all of those newspaper clippings as opposed to individual awards. From left are Lucas Savoie, Zach Dalton, Isaac Lapointe, and Darren Hardy. That's actually a pretty good idea because when you give an MVP, you know, a lot of the times, of course, it's obvious, but hockey's a team sport. And when you give Player of the Year awards and all that stuff, it is it's subjective. And it just says Rivermen capture league championships, so this is just going back. Miramichi tops Moncton Flyers 3-1 to claim first to reach 8 points, final 8-4. So the Rivermen won it in 2001. I think they won it in 93, and Josh's year was 97. They won, I know there's 3 for sure.
Yeah, it's, well,
okay.
back when they were in St. Thomas in the early 60s.
Oh, right on. Definite deja vu, or as Yogi Berra would say, it's a deja vu all over again. John Lorden and Bernie Keating display some mementos from their days playing. Oh, there's a big old yawn, Raj. Excuse me.
That's allowed.
From their days playing on the 1961 St. Thomas Tommies, which was college. Yes?
Yeah, that's right.
Tommy's triumph in a U.S. hockey final eerily similar. Okay. So this is old Mr. Bernard Keating and John Lorden, 2 Miramichiers that were, you know, prominent in education and the sporting world. There's Bernie and there's John on that side. And right on, great photo. I saw Bernie Keating on the weekend. First time I saw him since I've been home.
Louis Gallier is one of the prominent pipers here in the river.
Oh, yeah?
This is his son here, Robbie.
Oh, right on. Who's his name?
Robbie Gallier.
Gallier.
Right here.
Okay, so Robert Gallier plays the bagpipes. We have Kevin Driscoll, John McLaughlin, Jake McLaughlin, and Mary Murphy, and also Reverend Don Britt. And this is St. Patrick's Day. It was a very sunny day, March 17th, 2001. That might be down at Middle Island, perhaps. And look at that, Robbie Gallier playing that incredible instrument, the bagpipe. It would be such an honor to be able to handle an instrument like that.
Maybe we'll show some action pictures here from the Rivermen there.
Okay. And then those provincial champion Miramichi Tanford Rivermen from 2001, and we're just coming off an Atlantic championship of our junior A team, the Timberwolves, which is really cool. They're going to be in the Nationals coming up very soon here in Oakville, Ontario. So hopefully that goes well. We're going to have to find out if they're streaming those games. Okay, so with 4 banners in 10 years proclaiming Miramichi the best in New Brunswick, it's time to bring on the Atlantics, it says. Nick Daigle, Zach Dalton, Bob Patterson, Chris Supak are presented with the Provincial Championship Trophy by Jimmy Lampke, and he was the District 8 Director of the New Brunswick Minor Hockey Council. So there, those boys are winning a championship. There's nothing like it. It doesn't matter what league you're playing in, at what level, it always is fulfilling to win a championship. And the Rivermen celebrate with their, that's the Rivermen celebrating their championship. And then it just says with a few minutes ago, or a few seconds ago, David Hale's giving the strategy of what to do. The guys on the ice had to be paying attention. So right on, congratulations to those guys.
Okay, we're going to do a couple of girls here from, I think it's a dance team, Spotlights and Sequins.
Okay. Spotlights and Sequins, a couple of Miramichi girls. It says Bathurst bound Jenna Olson and Julie Hensby are preparing for competitions this weekend in Bathurst. Both belong to Spotlight and Sequins Dance Group. It's a dance troupe that was in the Miramichi. There's a great photo of those two young dancers and performers. Look how healthy they look. Right on. So much work goes into those performances. It's really a special thing.
So the Stanley Cup coming to the Miramichi. So these sides are showing the people that got the picture taken with the cup.
So in 2001, this was in Colorado. So it was, I think it was the Sokolowski. It must have been, right? Where does it say that? I think this would have been when Colorado won. Michael Sokolowski, Colorado jersey back there. Canadiens fan Zachary Legier saw the cup while it was at MBCC. So this is the cup was on the Miramichi. Look at that cute little kid right there. Did he touch it? Did he touch it? Don't touch it if you haven't won it. Jersey swappers, Cup Crazy Tour Manager Brendan Mallette from Toronto and Miramichi's Billy Hay. And then Kirk Ward of Burnt Church was all smiles to have his chance to touch the cup. Were those aspiring hockey players? If you're an aspiring hockey player, you just don't touch it. There's Billy Hay. A proud Mark Dunnett watches his son Michael kiss the cup, while daughter Megan keeps an eye on the crowd. And Tim and Glenn Glidden pose with the hockey's holy grail. And Devin Ray Barter, Kayla Barter, Keith Stewart, and Raymond Russell with the cup. There is Mark Dunnett with his kids, the Gliddens, and the Barters. Stanley Cup on the Miramichi. And I'm assuming it's from Matthew Sokolowski. He was the head trainer or physiotherapist or something like that of the Colorado Avalanche. He's won 2 cups. I know his brother John, who is an Olympian, and their other brother was also an Olympian. Their mother, I think, was an Olympian. And so quite a celebrated, decorated family.
I think this is all about St. Patrick's.
Okay, Raj. Roger Como is coming with the St. Patty's Day stuff. We're at 45 minutes, okay. Yeah. Dance, okay, so this was, March 20th, 2001. So this is around the St. Patrick's Day, not Canada's Irish Festival. But, so who do we got? Pee Wee LaGrelly, How do you know when you got a good town, Raj? When you got a real town is when you got 4 guys that have the nickname Pee-wee. So, Keith Kitchen, Barbara LaGraley, Kathy Lynch, Lois Kitchen, Linda McLean, Kenny Lynch, Lucy Murphy, and Kay Johnston. That is St. Paddy's Day party right there. Oh yeah, it's one of the. I just always wished I was Irish during that time. Helen Westhaver, Bob Westhaver, and Teresa Parker serving up some Irish stew. There's a great photo right there. Laurie McDonald and AJ Muzzerall, and then we got some knocking up on the door right there. Miramichi, what is it called again? Miramichi Sele? Kaylee plays St. Patrick's Day tunes. So there's Laurie McDonald and AJ Muzzerall in that corner right there, and then there's some notable Miramichi faces right there. So in the foreground, that's Owen, the late Owen Murdoch, the son of Matilda, and there's the great Wally Jimmo, also the late Wally Jimmo, and then back there in the green is the late Matilda Murdoch, Logieville's greatest artists, great musicians that have come from this part of the world, and then the others, I'm sorry, but I do not recognize. And on the back page of that, we have Jimmy Morrison, Wally Jimmo, and Owen Murdoch. And there those guys are right there. So it was Jim, that was Jim Morrison in the other photo as well. I didn't recognize. Sorry about that, Jim. Maureen Scott and Bill Scott listen to the music, and Debbie Hashey and Cheryl Walsh Malone have fun during St. Patrick's Day. There are those groups, and then I'll save the best for last. There's the great Matilda Murdoch. Look at how beautiful she looks. What a great picture. The green is in there. Her with her fiddle, smile, not a wrinkle on that face. She played music her whole life. It kept her healthy. And yeah. So we're hoping to revisit some of her stuff a little bit later. So I'm going to press pause and I'll wait for Raj to come back and conclude 2001.
The magazine.
Oh yeah, okay.
The
very best.
According to this here.
Yep.
And I might have gave them, I don't know, this is the first one or not,
Okay.
but right there, according to this one, is a different one.
Okay. So what just happened up there? We heard knocking on the door. Winnie, Rogers, you're not kind of, you got to get over here more a little bit. So Amanda, our sponsor, who we don't have time for a sponsorship today. Here comes Winnie right now. You hear her.
Okay.
She broke her leash. She got loose. The neighbor had a knock on the door, and it could have been, you know, you never know. So Winnie, you're back with us, and it wouldn't be the same without you. So, okay, so what do you got? Oh, you got the very best magazine unveiled?
Oh, this is like 2000.
Okay, so this is the year 2000, not quite 2001. So the very best is a treat for the Miramichi. This is the slogan the promoters of the second annual edition of the very best magazine are using. And anybody that doesn't know, we do have a tendency on the Miramichi to say very best.
Oh yeah, this is the 2001 edition.
Okay, so this is the very best contributors. Aaron Coops from MVHS, Sean Clark from James M. Hill present Mayor Rupert Bernard with one of the first copies of their magazine. Look at this great photo right there. 2 students doing some good work. And Roger has the magazine right there. Oh, wow. And this is it right here. It is called The Very Best. So if you're ever visiting the Miramichi, there's Richie Wharf, great photo. And somebody says, hey, how you doing? Well, you know how to answer now. Very best. If somebody gives you food and they ask you how it was, what do you say? Very best. If somebody says, you know, what are you doing? You know, you know that we say the very best a lot. So what do you got here, Raj? James M. Hill's graduating class. And a resounding round of applause for the scholarship winners. And then we got some prom photos here. And, oh yeah, we got some color photos. There's a valedictorian. Who was that? The valedictorian was Richard McLaughlin. Right on. And Sean Clark, Jeff Huxma, Don Hensby, Salish Prashad, Kevin Bowes, Colleen Johnson, Nina Squires, David Matthews, Amy Watling, Sean Gallimore, and Michael McDowell. And I will scroll across because you could check these fine Miramichiers from the James M. Hillside. Winnie's sniffing my legs. I like it. So right on, and there's some prom photos. It's a wide shot. You know, look how beautiful those students look at the prom in 2001. I can't see. Am I still good there?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, where's that go?
Might be, I think there was the other school over there.
The other school. See, we're favoring the Chatham side. Oh yeah, there's there.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, students of that year, their valedictorian was he? No. It just says Chris Martin, Jennifer Mecking, Aaron Coops, William Buckley, Jessica LaBerge, Kelly Connick, Susan DeWolf, Aaron Savage, Cheryl Harrigan, Andrea Sobey, Stephen Brown, and Andrea Brunette. Right on, guys. Excellente. You guys look all beautiful in your photos. Good for you. And what a nice looking magazine. Was this like a student publication? Is the very best? Is it still happening? I don't think so. But right on, Roger, where's that go? And just look at where our little doggy is right now. Oh, yeah.
What did we do?
Winnie's laying down. She got loose. She walked all around Logieville. She said hello to Sandra Rashore about 10 times. Sandra's a local Logieviller that does a lot of walking, let me tell you. Okay, what do we got here? Dr. Logier's Fair, a scientific success. Grade 6 first place science fair winners are Nicola Napke and Caitlin Carroll. Really wonderful photo. Look how great they look with their medals on. Congratulations, gals.
Yeah. You want to do the first thing there?
The T-Wolves, who just won the Atlantic Championship, hold their first ever awards. So Ryan Locke receives Player of the Year honors from the coaches Patty Flynn and Mike LeBlanc with Alan Menzies. Brent, okay, so that's that. Ryan Locke, I think he was a defenseman. Great photo there. Brent Preston, Rookie of the Year goes to Kyron Bowes, son of Greg. I think Tim's his brother, and Melissa. And Jeff Lampke is given the Players Player Award by Bill Bowie. And there's Jeff Lampke. You can still see him working for the city. Jeff Lampke was a player's player, eh, Raj? Yeah. He's a player's player. He was a good hockey player. If you needed a goal, who would you compare Jeff Lampke to? It's kind of like a you know, maybe like Ryan Smith from the old Oilers, where he was just into the corners, could get into the dirty areas, but had skill, scored the points. But if you needed him on the other end, he was there. And if you needed him in a little, you know, he was tough. Good player. Dance Club of 2000, working hard for provincials in Bathurst. The Spotlights and Sequence has been working to get ready for the competitions coming up in Bathurst. Now, I get it. You got to have some sort of a way to give awards out, but it's, you know, giving awards for the best, you know, it's very subjective. But this is our Miramichi dance troupe getting ready. Lots of things have been going on the river for many years. This is no exception. Look how wonderful this is, folks. Miramichiers, that's a great photo right there. I'm sure she was happy to see her herself doing the splits on the page. And who was that? That was Aaron LaBerge. Dances to Can't Get No Satisfaction from the Stones. Shayna Olsen. The entire group, and then we have Amanda Joya. Sorry, couldn't pronounce it. And there's Amanda right there. Great photo. And there's, is it Aaron LaBerge? Yeah, Aaron LaBerge. Beautiful photo.
Pause.
You want to pause? Okay, Roger's we got a big meeting coming up. Okay, we just decided after our big meeting that 2001 is going to have to come back. We did not get through it. And we're going to do a part 6. Oh, that sets the record, Raj. 2001, part 6. That must have been when your kids were all out. You had all this time to collect more, and it means that your package is better. Roger's got to get ready for his big shoot tonight. I got a young kid coming up. I'm going to teach him some baseball skills. So I'll be busy doing that for the next little while. And then we're just going to have to catch you guys tomorrow. And then if we get through this quick enough, then we can do some of that over there and show some of those. See how we tease? We're good teasers here in the old...
we didn't do Joe Sakic.
And we didn't do Joe Sakic, so we're going to show a Joe Sakic. We already showed his jersey, but we'll explain a little bit more tomorrow.